All right. That was fast. It's responding very well today.
Very nice.
Looky there. Well, let's see. Oh, shit. Well, I guess we lost it. That was short-lived. That's fine. He'll be back. Well, to everybody that is in the process of joining us or will be joining us later, welcome to another episode of Tipsy and Witchy. We are short, a tipsy and or witchy. Donna, aka Mom, will not be joining us. She had a little accident today and is currently out, but we will send her our well wishes. She is okay. I'm sure she will tell you all about it next time she's on. But tonight we do have our wonderful friend Dawn back with us. You know Dawn from previous episodes. She lives in a beautiful Better Homes and Garden style farmhouse that is chock full of lovely ghosts. So we have her back to talk about all things ghosty as well as her business that she has. So welcome back.
Hi again.
I know I hit live and then you're just gone.
I know. Well, I was trying to get out of Facebook to see if it would help with the lagging. Well,
how'd that
then
treat you?
it just exited out of both of my tabs, and I was like, "Oh well, okay then." As soon as you froze on my end, I was like, "Oh, here we go."
And that's how it rolls. Kirsten says, "Oh no, prayers for what she's dealing with. She is okay, Kirsten. I will update you after the show." Kirsten is my unofficial big sister. You've seen her on the show before as well. So yeah, all you missed was the intro, Conrad. So you're all caught up.
Yay!
Before we dive in, we did not have an episode last week. We didn't even have a replay last week, and I apologize. That was on me because Mom and I went on a 2-day casino bus trip, and it was so much fun. We completely forgot to set up the show while we were gone. The good news is we came back above waters. We both won, and it was a wonderful time. So it was cool. It was great. So, but I just wanted to extend my apologies to you guys. Sorry for missing last week. My bad. That was on me.
No, it worked out because I totally forgot I was supposed to be on it as well. And I realized the next day, and I'm like, oh no. So it all worked out really good. So I didn't look bad.
No, you're good. It was awesome though. So we went to so we got on the bus and we went up to the Kuwaitan Casino in St. Ignace first, and then we hit Bay Mills after that, and then we went up to the Kuwaitan up in the Sioux, and then the next day, because we spent the night in the Sioux, then the next day we went back to Kuwaitan and St. Ignace, then we hit Odawa in Mackinac City, and then came home. It was super fun. And everybody got really mad at me because each casino we went to, they gave us free play for being on the bus trip. And this one won a bunch of money on free play and didn't have to spend her own money. So it was amazing.
Congrats. That's fun.
Mm-hmm. Mom also had luck on her side. She didn't have it with free play like I did, though. It was a lot of fun. I really liked Bay Mills. I'd never been there before. Odawa, wouldn't recommend. It's super tiny and it just feels like you'll never win anything to save your life. I did happen to win on free play at Odawa, so I can't really complain there, but like I wouldn't want to spend my own money. That's all I'm saying. But we used a company called the Polish Hillbillies, and they were amazing. So very sweet. They have a bunch of trips you can take. They have a bunch of casino trips, and they also sponsor trips to Shipshewana and Nashville, Mackinac Island. They even have one for Costa Rica and Hawaii. So they're awesome. Small business, and they do cool things. So yeah. In case you get bored and you want to take a little trip, Polish Hillbillies, they'll hook you up. But we're here with Dawn. So, Dawn, what's new? Tell us about life.
Not too much. Just living life. Just doing my thing, I guess. I'm trying to think of something. Um, just was doing balloons. I do setup of kind of unique displays of the different balloons. I like to get challenged, and I do a donut shop in Holly. They allow me to come in, which is really nice. Kind of have to. My brother and my sister-in-law owns it, so so I kind of put that on them. But no, they love it. Their customers love it. I just did a setup last week for St. Patrick's Day, and I went in there today to take it down. But I had like a 7 foot tall leprechaun that looked like a gnome. Super cute. He was adorable, and little rainbow and a little pot of gold, and it was filled with little round gold balloons, which super cute. But funny thing, I tried to do gold donuts. I thought it would be super cute. But when you do the donuts in a way, they don't look like donuts, and it would just be kind of X-rated, and it's a family establishment. So I'm like, it just, I can share pictures later, but yeah,
Did
it was like,
they look like bubbles?
They did. Very big gold ones. And my joke was I was trying to smooth out the wrinkles, but I think it enjoyed it too much. So I'm like, no. So we're just let it go. We went with just the round ones. So they look like little gold balls, but it was still super cute. Everybody there really likes it. And yeah, I started doing the balloons. I really like doing it, and I get challenged. I did a giant flower vase type thing, and then Christmas was a lot of fun. I just did a baby shower, which turned out really, really beautiful. Colors were really pretty. They had a unique idea for their centerpieces is to use little golden books and then get a stuffy, or they had actually figurines to match the books. So, the scrawny lion book, they had a lion. So I had a balloon base, and then the book, and then the figurine, and then a big balloon at the top, and lots of like ruffles. And they turned out really pretty.
It sounds like it.
I liked it a lot. Yeah, it was a lot of fun, and it felt really cool because it was a paid job. It wasn't like a pro bono thing, and got money, which was always lovely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it was nice. And then now I have a or a birthday party for a little girl next month to do, and it's a little bunny theme because it's close to Easter. And so yeah, that's pretty much I've been, being creative and doing the balloons. I still do the faux flowers, and gifted the donut shop because they're letting me do that little arrangements for their tables so it looks pretty in between, because when you pull the balloons it looks kind of empty, so now they have little flowers on their table in between, which they really like. Yeah, so it's really cool. So there's that, and then just creating a huge mess with all my balloon products and my materials that I need for the flowers. Is like the upstairs looks like a hoarder situation that needs to be taken care of. And so I need some major organization going on in there, and I'll be attempting that. And then just helping the oldest son, he's renovating his house, and we're coming up to the end of that project, and be going over there, putting some time in tomorrow, and because he's moved back in for this interim and he's ready to go back home, and we're really close to getting him there. So we're hoping by this weekend that he'll be moving home.
Good stuff.
Been doing that, and then the grandson thing. I've got a little grandbaby, and he's 7 months old, adorable, and I babysit him. So that's pretty much it. And then holding the fort with everything else.
So what you're saying is you're just super busy.
It doesn't feel that way. I just feel like there's, I've got something always going, but it's very calming. I've got it pretty much time managed, which is nice. And so, I enjoy. The kids brought the baby over yesterday because they wanted to go up to celebrate St. Patrick's Day at the local bar, and had some green beer and stuff. So little baby Henry and I had dinner together here at the house, and he's just so cute. He's just the happiest little thing. Oh my gosh, he's so cute.
He
And
is a sweetheart for sure.
he does. It's like you'll be amazed how big, since you've seen him, what he's up on his hands and knees doing the rocking thing. And I predict in a couple weeks he'll be crawling. So
Oh God! As soon as they start moving, it's like all over.
I mean, it's the truth. I mean, the baby gates have to come out. I've already had to do the plugs because he's in a walker and he's
Yeah.
at that level. And the first thing you see is his little finger going towards outlets. So grandma got outlet covers, went on Amazon, outlet covers. So I'm having baby proof. I haven't had to think about that for a couple decades, so I'm baby proofing the house as I go along. But yeah, it's getting there.
Oh, and then he'll start running before you know it.
No, I see it. All of my kids were before a year, they were on their feet running. So I think Henry's going to be the same way. So
More than likely.
I think so. But it'll be good. It'll be outside most of the time in the summertime. So
Yeah, I mean, he's got good timing at least.
I think so. Yeah, really good timing.
He won't be cooped up inside with 3 feet of snow on the ground.
No, but I got that fenced in backyard. There's no pool in there anymore to be worried about, and I can just put them out back and let them play and explore and learn nature.
Perfect. Well, I love it. And I know of a certain wedding that you're going to be doing balloons for.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to do balloons for your wedding? Are you sure? I was going to do your flowers for your wedding. I wasn't going to do balloons.
You are going to do the flowers for my wedding. If you want to throw in like little balloon accents, I will totally let you.
Okay. Well, we can do a soft start maybe at your like a engagement party or a bridal shower.
Okay.
And then see how you feel about it. Because I wasn't going to bring it up because I know you don't like balloons.
Not typically, but it does help that I've seen them at other events, and it's like, okay, they're not just going to pop when you look at them, so that does help.
No. Like when I first started, when I did that Hawaiian wedding, we had a lot of popping going on. It's because I didn't know better, and I had poor quality balloons. The balloons that I use are the professional grade, and the only time that they would pop is if there's a flaw during manufacturing. The balloons, like I blew up balloons for my mom's 80th birthday last August, and she still has a garland out in her garage that's still inflated.
Wow.
Yeah, it went through all summer and winter, and she showed me today, and some of them are a little deflated. They're not as large, to be honest, but they're still inflated and they're colorful, and I'm like, wow. And it's crazy how long they last.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. That's why it's sad. Like when I went to go, I just pop them. I put them in a bag and I pop them. But I know that I could have brought the leprechaun home and had him standing for another 3 or 4 weeks. It would have been just fine.
Right.
But I'm kind of, sometimes it makes me sad. It's on those centerpieces for that baby shower. I didn't pop them. I took their stuff off because they supplied the books and the figurines, but I actually used them on my table because it was so pretty. It looked really nice in my dining room, and I had the centerpieces. I had them scattered through my house, and I actually just popped them last weekend. And it was kind of sad because they look so pretty, and I'm like, they look just as good. And these type of balloons actually get tougher as they get older too. I was using a sharp knife trying to pop the balloons, and it was like, I had to really stab hard to get these balloons to pop. So yeah, the popping issue, if they're going to pop, it'll be because there's a flaw.
Right.
So, but yeah, we'll talk about that for sure because I've got ideas. I'm like, but we can. I could definitely do something, especially for the engagement party, and have like a little background on there, and do something a lot of fun with it.
I would love that.
And then we can incorporate things in the wedding if you want to go to that point. We can, and I've got brilliant ideas for your wedding, by the way. So I'm super, super, super stoked about that, and next weekend too. So
you and me,
I cannot wait. So
I'm super pumped. I'm trying to find I'm trying to find the link for your Facebook page to share with everybody, but for some reason I'm having a hard time finding it.
It's Balooms. It should be Balooms LLC on there through Facebook. So in the background, you probably hear my little dog because Amazon
I hear our
decided to
little
come right
friend.
now. Yeah, it's like he's only doing that is because probably Amazon is here. They wait all day long until the moment that they shouldn't be here.
I love it. I decided, as a side note, to go on Amazon because it's been a little bit of time since I've made an order, and I'm still growing my library. So I may or may not have ordered a few books, and then I sent a little care package to somebody near and dear to me. So I had my Amazon fix for the day, so I can't wait till Sunday.
Nice. Nice.
I've fallen into the dark romance trap. So I like those dark paranormal smut books. That's
okay.
As they are, they're so fun to read.
I bet.
But I did get a couple classics. I've been dying to read Pet Sematary from Stephen King. I've only read one other Stephen King book, and it was It. It was just on my bucket list to read, and it was way better than I expected. So I'm going to add Pet Sematary to my list, and then I also bought Pride and Prejudice because I just feel like you need to have classics if you're going to build a library. So
yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm surprised you haven't read The Shining from Stephen King.
We'll see how Pet Sematary goes. I'm kind of taking it one at a time because I'm super iffy on him and his style depending on the topic. So
right. The old style, his old original ones when I first got into Stephen King, as he's gotten further on in age and further in his writings, I didn't care for his newer stuff. But The Shining, you have It, Pet Sematary, the one with the vampire, I can't even come up with the name, but the vampire one, Salem's Lot. Oh my gosh. That one is the one that I was a teenager and home alone reading it. It was a dark, stormy night through the thunderstorms, and I was reading that. I had to leave my lights on all night. Freaked me out. But it's a really good story. It is really, really good. His early stuff is really good. And then you've probably heard of Dean R. Koontz.
Dean Koontz writes one of my favorite series, Odd Thomas.
Okay, that's right. I forgot about that. Yeah. So if there's other ones like in his style that I kind of went off Stephen King and went into the Koontz, and that's where I ended up going with the reading.
Yeah, see, it's funny because when it comes to Dean Koontz, I've only ever read the Odd Thomas series. I've never read any of his other stuff. I own a few of his other books. I just haven't read them yet.
Well, they're a good read. And it's super, really, really good. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I've read them all, but the earlier ones, I'll get you a list of the ones that I really enjoyed that I think that you would really like.
Darn, she's going to get me a list of books.
Oh, don't do that.
Oh, yeah. You probably have some already on your library. So
listen, I still need like at least 30 books until I have a library. So I got room. Okay.
Do we?
Yeah.
Oh.
You got to build me more shelves. Hello?
Yeah.
He's
got a honey-do list. He just doesn't know it yet.
Well, they all do.
It's growing every day. And you don't
well, it wouldn't be a good list if it didn't grow. It has to.
Yeah, I've been doing a couple things here and there.
Here and there. Just wait till we're married. The list will double.
Or triple.
More than likely.
Fun time.
Oh, yeah. So what's going on with the house? Do you have any new experiences or anything going on?
Just the same things. It's been very quiet through the winter. They seem to quiet down at wintertime. There's not too much that's been going on. Every once in a while, the stairwell light will come on.
Yeah.
So I call that guy the rocker guy, because didn't you say how he rocked in the corner type thing? That guy, the creepy guy that he's still in my hallway. I was working in there last night, and when I crossed the hallway, it was like you hit those lights, you're in that whole dark. It's like, and then you feel it. It is the creepiest sensation. So I felt him in there in the hallway last night, which is the first time in a very long time that I felt him. But he's the only one that seems to be the active one. He's the one that's been like playing with the light, because the stairwell light for no reason will come on in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
Or he'll mess with the bathroom light. All of a sudden I'll wake up and then the light is on in there. And you have to use a remote to turn it on. And I was thinking it was the cat doing it, because I have it sitting on a table outside the doorway. And I thought, well, maybe the cat's stepping on it or something. Well, I put it in a drawer, so there's no reason for that light to be stepped on. You can't turn it on any other way.
Right.
So I know definitively it's not the cat. So, but that's about it. It's been fairly quiet. I haven't really felt Elizabeth, the lady of the house. Usually you would hear footsteps back and forth through the hallway. And I don't know if it's because of my ginormous mess up there that's kind of carried off everywhere. You can barely walk through there. And I don't know if she's in revolt or in protest because of the mess, because she likes a clean house. I do know that. So I'm thinking that she might get more active when I start really cleaning up and getting it more organized, is my theory. But yeah, it's just I've been spending a lot of time up there, because I do use the big room, which you guys know, because you've been through the house. The large room is where I do the balloons. It gives me my space to spread out, and it's cleaner, because they're staticky. They collect everything, hair.
Right.
No animals are up there, so it's just, it keeps them cleaner. And then I do the flowers in the middle room. Yeah, I've been up there a lot. And like I said, it's just been the light in the stairwell. And then I felt the essence in that hallway, and I know it was him, because I always get a feeling of, you're not supposed to be here, get out. I always get that get out feeling. And when you're there. Yeah. So other than that, that's about it. It's been, like I said, very quiet. And I'm like, So are we building up to something? I don't know.
Yeah, until after this podcast.
Yeah, they're gonna hear us talking about them and be like, "Are you sure?"
That everything's gonna go. Blah, blah.
Right. I know. I feel like things here have been getting a little more active lately, but I don't know if it's just me or not. We did have something going off in the vents, but that was not paranormal. That was what I thought was rats, and turned out to be another damn starling. But somebody took care of it for me.
Yay!
Yes.
Yay! Yeah, that's scary.
Holding the flashlight with one hand and have my pellet gun in the other hand. I got it.
Maybe this is YouTube. It's pellet pew pew. Just teasing you.
Oh, I was gonna say what?
We're not monetized. It's fine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all those silly words.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
It's crazy how many guidelines they have when you monetize something, because we're not monetized. But if you talk about certain situations like deaths, you have to say, oh, this person was unalived. Or if it's of a sexual nature, you have to say this person was SA'd. It's like, Jesus,
Right.
How many rules can you make? Like, can we just be honest with the public and tell it like it is? Why?
Can you imagine if they had YouTube back in the day?
Oh, boy.
Man.
I don't think they could handle it.
No.
No.
No, I do, because I watch TikTok, and it's almost a different language that they're speaking.
Yeah.
Trying all their euphemisms that they have to use. So
it's so stupid, and not to mention the fact I feel like it's also kind of uneducating people, because you get these kids that watch YouTube all the time more than anything else, and they're hearing all these terms. Then they're going to go to school and be like, oh, well, it's this. It's like, actually, it's not.
Yeah. Yeah, and the way that they said, it's almost like dumbing us down a little bit. But
Yeah. It's like, we're not stupid. We're all adults here. We know what it actually is. We can call it like it is. Let's not be little sissies about it. I'm just saying.
Yeah, and you can't have anything mean, if you say something mean, you get tagged, you get in trouble. You get the TikTok creator people or whoever's in charge of TikTok will come at you.
I don't know,
get in
some
trouble.
Chinese.
Yeah.
I don't have, I think I'm one of the, well, he doesn't either, but we're like two of the very few people that don't even have TikTok accounts.
I downloaded it and then I was like, yeah, this is stupid. Delete.
It's like you have to build up what you would like to watch. And there's a lot of balloon artists. I've learned a lot about the balloons. There's a ton of stuff for weddings on there. And then all the little people's, the skits and everything. The other junk, and people who set up to dance in store aisles, I scroll on. I mean, it's like, I don't need to see it. I'm sure it amuses other people. But you've got a gazillion things that you can watch. I do home decors. You start creating, your feed will create to you all their interest in the things that you sit and view.
The algorithm.
Yeah, that's the word. Yeah. So mine right now is like a gazillion. The balloons. The balloon art is really popular. It's huge. I guess, and I think it was Japan where they have probably 30-foot tall balloon statues that are so detailed. They had like what is those big warriors, Japanese warriors with swords and dragons and stuff. And it's not until you get really close to them that you realize they're out of balloons, because they sit there and they make them so small and detailed. It's incredible. So that's like really, really neat. And then, like I started with just the little rings with the balloons around the ring and stuff. And now it's morphed into where I'm making 7-foot tall leprechauns. So, and he turned out really cute. He really did. Everybody really liked him. He was adorable. And I challenge myself every time. And I really liked, my favorite still is the flower base, where it was really kind of looked like something from Willy Wonka. It was really neat. It had a base. And I think you've seen it, Chelsea, when it was on, didn't I post it or something?
Yeah.
And yeah, so, you hit my page, you'll be able to see a lot of the stuff that I've done. So. And I am for hair, so I am doing little jobs here and there, and it's fun. I'd like to get more, and it's just such a blast doing it, and I love the vibe. I've always liked the wedding stuff and the decor, and to go in there and prep an event and then not have the stress of all the planning. I just have to make it pretty, and then I walk away, and then I come back and take it, and then I get paid for it, which is awesome.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I really love the decor. It's just really fun, that vibe. Everybody's excited. You got that energy. And to be able to make someone's vision come to fruition, is just really fun. And so far, I've done really good. So everybody's liked everything I've done. And, I got the baby shower job from when I did a free Christmas display, a huge Christmas display up at our town, and they really liked it, and so I got jobs that way. And so far everybody's taken tons of cards. I'm expecting to get calls. I know I have a open house that I'll be doing. I have potential of another one maybe. So yeah,
nice.
It starts slow, but I'm pretty cool with what I got. So
are you making TikTok videos or anything to kind of put yourself out there?
No. No, you might see me. No. Because I sit there, I have this mean face while I'm struggling with balloons. And like that leprechaun, I put him on a stand and realized I used the worst stand I have. It falls apart. He was so big, he kept toppling over, and I'm looking at him. He was ugly, and I'm like, "You've got image issues, and we got to tear you apart." So I told him I was not bringing him out that day. It was the following day. So I was a day late, but they don't care. It's my brother. I just told him to get over it. So it was a day late, but yeah, it turned out a lot better the second time around. So, and he was a lot of fun, and I put him on the right stand, the one that stands. It's like it's screwed together. So,
hey, shit happens.
Yeah. Say hi. He's got to be nosy.
And just so everybody doesn't get confused, you are hearing correctly. Her grandson's name is Henry.
Mm-hmm.
Her cat is also Henry, but the cat Henry was first.
Yeah. Yes. My daughter-in-law, she's like, I chose that name when I was 15. And I'm like, okay, I'll give it to you. So when the baby is here, we call Henry, the baby Henry, his name, and then we call Henry Cat. So he's starting to know his cat name is Henry Cat, just so that we can differentiate, because I do a lot of yelling at that cat, and I don't want the little guy to get a complex when I yell at him. And I had to tell Grandpa, you can't call the cat dirty names because he's going to take it personally. The baby's going to think you're talking about him. So we've all had to kind of change the way that we address our cat, because he can be challenging, and he gets called names so that aren't nice. But he's a lot of fun. He keeps us moving. That cat is really, really cool. And he likes the baby. He's involved with the baby, and then the dog is protective, and he tries to drive the cat out of it. He doesn't want the cat near the baby, and so it's a thing. But we just sit there and watch them go. It was funny. But yeah, we've had to, the both of them be the names. It's a great name. It's a great name.
It's funny because when I think of the name Henry, when I was growing up in my parents' house, and I would see the old farmer ghost, I called him Henry. So I feel like that name keeps coming back, and it just cracks me up.
And it just keeps circling around how it is. And Emma had picked that name for her future baby when she was 15, and it's homage to two of her grandparents. So
yeah.
So I'm like, that's super cool, and it's a great name. And like when we're like held the kitten, meet Henry, and she's like, that's my baby name. Well, it's our cat's name now. You're gonna share. It'll be okay. It's all good. It all works. But Henry Cat and then Henry is how it's evolved. Yeah.
It's not like you can change the cat's name. How old is he now?
He's gonna be in April. On April 1st is when we said it's his birthday. As he'll be three.
Already?
Is it already? Yeah, 3.
That's crazy.
And then our noisy little dog, he'll be 13 this year, so he's getting up there in age. Yeah.
Cooper's gonna be 13.
Yeah, he's an old one. Yeah.
I feel so old.
Yeah, he's a perpetual puppy. He just takes extra long naps, but he's out and he's still ready to get at it. We were out there. I was gone all day, so I took him out and we had to play, and he killed a couple basketballs, and then we have a rope that hangs from our tree branch. We call it swing. And so he grabs it and swings up in the air. So he's dangling by his teeth. And I'm like, oh my gosh. But yeah, so we played really good.
That's crazy. I know. I'm still having a hard time realizing that in November, Magnum will be 9.
He's old. That's an old puppy.
He's in his seniorhood now, and I'm not handling it well.
Oh, he's got many years ahead of him. You take really good care of him. So.
Oh, I've already threatened him. I'm like, you better live to be at least 15. I will not accept any less.
I know. You gotta make those deals, and it's like, and they're not allowed to renege on them either. So.
Right? It's like when I was
go back. I promise.
When I was growing up, I had a cat named Pumbaa, and she looked like my cat Shikumi that I had, but she was a short hair. And I told her, because my mom got her for me when I was 2, and I told her when I was growing up, you have to live until I graduate high school. That cat lived until I graduated college.
Oh, no kidding. Good for her.
She was a good girl.
Oh.
She was a little crotchety though, but that's okay.
She was a crotchety.
Yeah.
Yeah, she lived to be 18. So
18, yeah, that is nice. That's a good age.
And Shikumi lived to be 17.
Mm-hmm.
And she probably would have lived forever, but she had a cancerous growth in her sinus cavity, so there's no stopping that one. Yeah.
Yeah,
but
once it reaches that point, yeah.
Yeah, but Magnum's he moves a little bit slower, but he's still his normal husky self and grumpy as the day is long, so it's fine.
That's funny. His personality is the best.
It is. He's the only one that can get all the other huskies to howl. So my fear is the day he decides to leave me, none of my other dogs will howl anymore, and it'll break my heart.
Aw. Well, you should maybe tape him.
Oh, I've got
him. Maybe they'll do it with a recording.
I've probably got hundreds of videos of those dogs.
That's gonna be a
Perfect. So you're all set.
Yeah.
Do that
oh, yeah.
Magnum alarm and then have it going.
Mhm. Kirsten says she loves the 2016 Husky models. Her oldest Husky, Skylar, is the same age as Magnum. She is she's from April of 2016. Magnum is November 2016. So we always joke and say they're the 2016 models. Both of us also have
with the heated seats.
yes, exactly. Both of us also have what, 23 models? Yeah, 2023 models. So we always joke about that.
No, Utah?
Yeah, because her youngest Toshi is the same age as Utah, just a month or so older.
Huh.
Yeah, so we like to joke about that. It's good stuff. Conrad, you've been awfully quiet tonight. What's going on there, brother?
Just been listening.
Oh,
My end's still laggy, so a lot of you guys has been choppy.
oh.
Aw.
Don't you have a 2016 model? Isn't Buster from 16?
Yeah, June of 16.
Yeah. See? 2016 as a prominent model.
613 of 16, so it's the same
Aw.
backwards it is forwards.
Nice. That's cool.
And then Brita's 316. He's 613, she's 316 for their birthdays.
Nice.
Oh, she's a March baby too? Oh, so many March babies.
Which I didn't realize I had missed it until today.
So
Dude.
I felt so bad because I always post my dog's birthdays and I totally missed Lily's. And I felt like the worst dog mom in the world. But then part of me is like, well, she's a dog, so it's not like she's really going to care. But
She got extra goodies. It's okay.
she did. She got spoiled anyway. It's okay.
Aw.
But my little girl is already 5, and I'm having a hard time accepting that too. So
Yeah, she's a beautiful dog. It's her
she's
golden eyes. Her eyes are so pretty.
She's the only one I have that has those amber eyes. The rest of them have blue.
Yeah.
And the older she gets, the clingier she is. I mean, nobody can see her, but every time we do podcasts, she's always laying on the floor next to me.
Nice.
Because we girls got to stick together. She's my only female dog. The other 4 males were outnumbered. But she gets clingier the older she gets, and I love it. I do.
It makes it nice. It's like when husband, he's gone, he's working out of state lately. And so I'm just sitting there, and usually I'm on my phone playing games or something, and the cat's with me and the dog is with me. So it's like, you're never really alone. You're always with something. Yeah. It's nice. It's nice. I enjoy it. I like it. And I see that Cooper, he enjoys cuddling a lot more.
Absolutely. Kirsten says the Lily girl wants Skylar to accept her so bad. So when Kirsten comes over and she brings her dogs, it is Husky Mania in this house. And Lily is very sociable, so she immediately just wants to be friends with everybody. And Skylar, being the old crotchety 2016 model that she is, not so much, but it's really cute anyway, because if anybody has seen Lily interact with Magnum, she tries to lick his teeth while he's growling at her, which is an instinctual thing that you can actually exhibit in wolves. It's a way for the female to submit to the male. So, but she also tried to do that with Skylar, and Skylar wasn't having it. It was really funny.
Like, no, we don't do that.
Right. She's like, I just want to be friends. Yep. And then Theo is in love with Skylar, and I think it's because they're the same color. They're predominantly black with white bellies. So Theo has a crush on Skylar, and she taught him how to climb the stairs. So now 4 of the 5 can climb up the stairs.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you hear the herd coming up.
Yeah, it sounds like a stampede. Anybody who watches The Lion King and that scene where all the water buffalo are coming in before Mufasa dies, yeah, that's what my house sounds like when the dogs are playing.
Oh, funny.
Yeah. Skylar does the teeth licking thing. What? That's crazy. Does he growl at her? Because that would be kind of funny. I don't see him doing that, but I see her growling while she's licking him, which is totally backwards, but that's okay.
That's too funny. That's a weird thing. I've never known that. I think you mentioned it before, but yeah, that's crazy that they do that. It's a submission thingy.
Correct. Yep. Just like when dogs will roll over and show their bellies, because the belly is the most vulnerable part on their body. If they're showing that to you, that means they feel safe and they're comfortable. So, yeah.
Well, good to know. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Which is really comforting for me because I walk in the room and they all fall over. I'm like, yeah, that's right. We feel safe with mama.
Yeah, that is so cute. It's like
it's really cute when Utah's upside down. He's got his 4 paws in there, but he's still trying to mess with his toy upside down. He's just like,
I call that lazy play. He's trying to play with his toy, but he's upside down at the same time. It doesn't really work. I'm like, buddy, just give it up.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Or like he'll do like an army back crawl on his back to try to find it, or like he'll like throw it in the air and then he's like backing up like on his back and stuff.
Strange dogs. That's all I can say. Them 23 models are different.
Yeah, he's a hoot.
Yeah. Well, other than anything we talked about, are you participating in any kind of events or craft shows or anything? Or are you just kind of keeping it local? What's the scoops for the coming season?
Well, I'm trying to just keep it low key right now. My husband, Eric, y'all know him. He's going to be undergoing a surgery. And so I need to kind of keep it where I can block off some time for him to recuperate. He's got to have open heart surgery. So it's a 3-month recuperating process, but the first month will be really, really hard. And I need to focus on him. And he's supposed to call he was scheduled and he canceled it because of the work complications, and he's supposed to get back on the schedule. So I told him, you need to let me know because I got to block off this time. I don't want to start accepting jobs and then have it where, oops, I can't because of, so.
Right.
Yeah, other than that, so I think this summer is going to be kind of low key. I'm going to take them as they come and go from there. But yeah, because the top priority right now is him and his health and getting him to recuperate.
Oh, yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
He's gonna bounce back like a bouncy ball.
It will. It's something. It needs to be done, and there's a lot more that need work. When we first heard about his issue, he had a leaky valve, and then it kind of compounded. Now it's 2 valves, and then his heart's enlarging, and he's got all these issues, and so it needs to get done now, sooner than later. Just as time goes on, and then plus he's super healthy right now, so it's like I'd like for him to get back on the books so that we can know our schedule and go from there. We got some things planned. There's some family events that need to, that everybody wants us to do. And until that gets set in stone, it's kind of hard to plan around.
Right.
We have a camper. We want to take the camper up, and there's a lot of things that we want to do. And we're right now, we're kind of in limbo until that gets on the books.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, if there's a job that I can do, like I've got, like I said, a birthday party. My grandson will be 1 in July, and a friend, you remember Ryan, Chelsea. Yeah, their little boy shares the same birthday, so they want balloons. I think they were talking about. So I'll have to plan that, and then so there's like lots of little here and there, some open houses coming up. So, and then an engagement party now with balloons. So we'll make it pretty cool. We'll see. Well, definitely. She's open for some balloons there.
Her balloons are different. I trust her.
You're scared of balloons.
But I trust her. It's fine.
What are we having at our engagement party, honey?
We'll talk about it later.
Oh.
Yeah, and then we'll figure it all out, the details. It could be just something simple, like a little arch, just to get your feet wet on that.
Experiment?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Because there's like all different things that we can do and lead up into it. You know, I've never mentioned it because I know you don't like balloons, and I do more than just balloons. So we can do our florals and then expand into balloons if you're comfortable. That's fine. There's awesome, beautiful options out there. You attach pearls to them to make them really bridal, and there's all sorts of lovely things to do. I never would have connected balloons to weddings personally, and then I've been seeing a lot of things where it's absolutely gorgeous things that people are doing.
Yeah,
Very neat.
absolutely.
Well, also balloons, it's like you can do your stuff, and like you do, you take them back, whatever, and you can honestly reuse the shit.
Yeah. I did at Christmas time. I did that big Christmas display, and then I pulled them because I told everybody don't pop them because it's like people want the kids to pop the balloons, and I don't encourage it because when they do pop, they shatter. And you get hit with them, you're going to feel it, you know. And so
Right.
I don't. They're not like the dollar store balloons that people are used to. When they pop, they hurt. And so I do it in a way that it doesn't. I mean, you guys all pop the balloons.
Yeah, that was fun.
Well, I didn't, but
You didn't.
Yeah,
There's a way of doing it because they create a mess, and then the way that when you try and sweep them up, it's hard. It's easier to just put them in a bag to do it, and then you pop it, and you still have your fun. But yeah, it's just. But the balloons that I've upgraded to are a little thicker, and when they pop, they shatter, and it hurts. But I kind of lost track. Oh yeah, the Christmas thing. So I had this huge Christmas display. And I told them, don't let the kids pop these balloons because I had giant presents and everything, and so we ended up, I pulled them and then I used them for, at my sister's apartment building, they do a charity thing for the kids there. And so I recreated that there so that they had a beautiful Christmas display for free. And it was just, I reused the balloons. They look just as good and just beautiful. And that one turned out I liked that display. It was really pretty. It had lights and everything. A backdrop with lights behind it was really pretty. And then the giant presents. I mean, these were huge. So we had to use the trailer when we hauled them up to the town the first time, because it was 5 minutes for me. It took 3 trips of packing my car with all these balloons. And that was doable because it was only a 5-minute between. But where she lives, it's a little bit of a hike. So I had to ask the husband, hey, I need the 14-foot trailer for all this, so because it was a lot. It was a lot. So, but everybody loved them. They loved them. It was really cool. Had little mini Christmas balloon trees for the tables. I had a giant 7-foot Santa and the big, huge ring that looked like a snow globe when it was lit up. It was so pretty with all the colors and stuff. It was super pretty. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it turned out, I got a lot of compliments on that. And it was fun because it was more, I get ideas and then I can do tutorials, and it's challenging for me. And I like doing the free things because they're not telling me, they're accepting what they get, so it gives me my creativity and practice, and I really enjoy that. And so that's why I enjoy at the donut shop. I'm doing St. Patrick's, okay, and they're all excited. And when I start carrying it in, they're like, because they have no clue what I'm going to bring in.
Right.
So it's really fun. So, but like with that baby shower, it turned out really beautiful, but they gave me direction, and then I did 3 variations, and then they came and they picked what one they wanted. So that's basically, they were telling me, but I got my creativity, and they chose the colors. They had their inspo pictures, and I just matched as best as I could. And I liked the colors that I came up with really, really good. They were really pretty. And they were using their baby shower as a gender reveal, so nobody knew what they were having until they walked in, and it was a boy. So, but the colors were, it was super pretty. It was like a slate blue, and then teals, and lots of like soft greens and everything. So it was a blue green, really kind of like sea colors, really gorgeous. It turned out, and then the venue that they picked was really gorgeous. Just to walk in there, I'm like, oh. I told Eric, I says, well, we hit the big time here. This is nice, and it looked like a big truck and trailer pulling up, and the balloons are here. People got so excited. And it's neat. You just get that energy. Everybody's so excited, and you start bringing in all the bags, and because everything is wrapped, and then everybody's like, oh, it's so cool. I love that energy. That's the best part. That's the best part.
My curiosity is, Do you use like an air compressor to fill all these balloons?
I do.
I know you're not using helium.
Or your
No,
mouth.
I'm not into helium. Because it's the balloons end up in the ocean. It's terrible, and I don't like that. But the fact is, helium is incredibly expensive, and it's a whole different animal. And then you're dealing with a different product. I might eventually upgrade to get a small tank so I could have small display. But then it would be under my control that they would be popped and not end up being set to the sky to end up in the ocean to kill animals. But no, I have balloon pumps. I've already burned up one from all my usage, and I have my backup one, and then I upgraded to a better pump. And Chelsea and Mitchell has seen is like I do two at a time. Basically, it's got two spouts, and you do two balloons at a time, and then you tie them in that way. And then for the smaller balloons or the long tube balloons, it's a pump. It's a hand pump. So when you see the long tube ones, that's a little bit more labor intensive because you can't use the electric pumps for those. So it's more hand blown. I don't blow it up my mouth. I wouldn't be able to survive that. There's a lot. My displays, I'm using hundreds and hundreds of balloons. There's a lot of balloons.
I was gonna say, even if you were using a hand pump or blowing them up by mouth, then you'd be getting quite the workout.
Yeah,
I would. Yes, it is. It's like my hands, like after, because I usually try to do them the day before, but I realized like on that baby shower, because it was, they call them tiara arches, they're the small arches, and then they were fabric covered. So I had two tiaras, and then you had the draping of all the balloons around them, and then of course all those centerpieces, and I waited the day before because I like them fresh. And it was just too much. It was too much. My hands were swollen. It's a lot of work tying those balloons because they're tough latex. They're stiff.
Right.
And it's a lot of work. I can, and then, but, they get tough as they get older, but, I always like it the day before, but I think in that case, I should have done the centerpieces 2 days before and then worked on the garlands for those arches the day before and then spread out the workload. I still got it all done. I mean, I was up until about 11:30 because time got away. But it's a lot of work. That's why people pay for that. It's a luxury product, and it's a lot of money you're paying for the labor to do it and the creativity. Because you give me an inspiration fit picture, I'm not mimicking. I can get a similarity of what you're showing me, but I'm not stealing someone else's work, and they will never come out the same because, who knows, like the picture they showed me was for the $12 Amazon kit. And I'm looking at that and I'm like counting the balloons. I'm like, what that picture shows is not what you're going to get. And the cheaper balloons, they pop a lot. And then the colors are translucent. The light shines through, but in the pictures, they're solid. They're beautiful, thick colors, and they double stuff those to get those, or they're using a different balloon to get that. So, and they stink like gas. I do not like using the Amazons. I learned the hard way, and it was for my niece's, her little boy's first birthday. And I drove to Big Rapids with my car full of these balloons that smell like gasoline. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that anymore. I will invest in the good balloons because I can't do it. And I did find a cheaper variation on Amazon, a different brand that is pretty good quality. It's not as the professional, but for like the free baby showers and the free birthday parties and stuff, that's perfect. They don't smell and their colors are solid. So it's really good.
Good stuff.
Yeah, I've learned a lot. There's a lot more to it, but nope. I have a balloon pump, Conrad. That was my long answer. But yeah, it's not. They're too thick and they're too tough, and you would have to be Superman to be able to do that. I don't know anybody that could do it by
Right.
Yeah.
I love it.
And it's going to go down a road that we don't want to go on. I know.
I mean, I've got about a dozen 12-year-old boy jokes in my head right now, but I'll keep to myself.
I was going to say 7 foot tall Santa by mouth. That takes some skill.
And this is how you take a balloon business to OnlyFans.
No.
I know. I can get my golden hole there because those golden balloons. Oh my gosh, that was so funny. I was like, my face was glowing when I made that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it could be a whole other way to make money, I guess. So.
You know, they've got that naked lady that paints shit with her boobs. I mean, you can do
Oh,
anything
that's
in this
true.
day and age.
Hey,
Yeah.
people are into latex in their own kind of way, so I can just
Yeah.
imagine.
Yes, I guess there is a thing where you can film yourself popping the balloons. I guess there's a crowd that enjoys people popping the balloons. And
Interesting.
it comes in all things,
So it's
you know.
like a balloon ASMR.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, that's what I don't get. Like, sorry, change the topic, but TikTok.
Yeah.
You sit there and you watch videos. People get paid so much money to do stupid shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
But I've heard a lot.
There is
on
this
TikTok.
educational tab on there that is
Yeah.
amazing, that teaches
Yeah.
you things and not just
It's
bullshit.
amazing. Yeah.
Gotta look
Like everybody
for
seems to think TikTok is.
Yeah, you gotta look
Yeah,
for the videos where they're actually doing something that can actually help people versus the ones that are just stupid and eat Tide Pods. So
Yeah,
I mean,
Yeah. I mean, because I think TikTok originated with kids just doing their quick little dances, and that was it. And it's
Yeah.
evolved into information, tutorials. There's friendship. There's groups. There's stories. People act out things. Super cool. It's interesting. And then there's like all throughout. You know, I see things there's going down in Australia and across the pond there, into England and everything. And so there's all sorts of things. So you learn other cultures and you see what's going on for real in the world. It's
love
really
food
cool.
talk because I love all the different world foods that I get to see.
Yeah. The recipes that I've pulled off of there, and everybody's like, this is so good. And I'm like, well, thank TikTok,
Yeah, my thing is like, sometimes to go down the rabbit hole on Facebook, the reels and stuff, but some of them are like tools or little things. You're like, no shit, really? Like what?
Reels is basically just Facebook's TikTok.
it is.
Yeah.
But I mean, like,
I've seen the reels on Facebook that I just watched on TikTok, and
Yeah.
it's like it's the same material, and it's just like you just gotta create your own algorithm, and then you'll get all the stuff that you're interested in. So if you like videos and you start liking, it'll build up, and then that's what you'll start seeing. And you can say, I'm not interested in this. So you can pick and choose and create it, and it's like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I've learned on tons of stuff. So I enjoy it. It's a good time waster when you're not feeling good or you're tired. You just sit there.
You go 3 hours in, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah,
I know it does. And then when they shut it down that day, man, I was jonesing. I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh, and then Facebook just isn't the same. Oh no, what am I going to do with my time? Oh,
I think I was just working that day and I didn't really notice.
I didn't even know it shut down. Don't care.
No, they did. I was mourning it, to tell you the truth, because it's like it is my go-to for information and learning things, and you type in stuff and your friends. It's like with celebrities, and either you follow with your celebrities and your bands, your favorite bands, and they're on there, they're making their thing to get it out there, and so it just opens the world. But it's just like anything else, you got to pick and choose and create what you're interested in.
Oh, absolutely.
That's one of the reasons, like you said, bands. I love TikTok for small bands, like not conformed bands, wow. The ones that haven't gotten muddy, we'll just put it that way.
There you go.
Yeah, those are the good ones. Those are really, really good. Or the up and coming. And then you have like some of the artists, Shine Down right now. The lead singer, he's on there all the time, and I follow him, and he's just, it's so good. And he just shares in his life, and he's had his challenges and stuff, and his messages are really good. And he's funny, and it's really cool. And it just gives you an insight into all the work that goes into these groups to go on tour and all that stuff. And then it takes them you get to go into their homes, and they sit there in their couch and they talk to you like you're your friends. And it's pretty cool. You just get a little bit more information or intimate with the people you enjoy. So it's cool. It's cool.
Absolutely. Well, hey guys, we killed an hour. Look at that.
No,
I was
gotta
looking
check
at
on your mom.
the clock. I'm like, oh, we're only 30 minutes in. Then I look again. I'm like, oh shit, where'd the
We're a
time
little
go?
over. It was fun. It was fun. Just a little rambling of a little bit and catching up with everybody is nice. And looking forward to seeing you next weekend. I can't wait. I know,
That was
right?
fun.
It's like, I'm gonna go for all the sparkly ones. Oh, you gotta go for the sparkly. It doesn't sparkle enough. You have to shine like a star. Like,
That'd be great. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. If you're tuning in after the live, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We will be back next week. Don't ask me what next week is about. I have no idea, but we'll be back next week.
It's always
But
a
in the
surprise for all of us.
if you are in the Michigan area, check out Balooms LLC on Facebook. Dawn does beautiful work. She does balloons as well as flowers. She's amazing. She's lovely. Check out her Facebook page. Give her some love. And in the meantime, you guys have a great rest of your week and stay spooky. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
bye.